Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everybody doing? Daryl, how are you? Ralph, hey brother, how are you doing? Justin, Aaron, I got the blue stuff yesterday. I didn't take it this morning yet, so I'm gonna start, I guess, with 5 drops. How much liquid? So I put it in just water. I think I'm gonna put it in and take it. And we're talking about that methylene blue. The smaller bottle. This is the fake stuff, I guess, from China. I don't know, but I've got it. It's in the house. Bottles are a little bit smaller. I don't know that in that paper that they sent with it, the company, Aaron, it said, um, you know, test it out, find out how much. I'm going to try that 5 drops just in the morning for a week, and then I'll go to 5 drops in the morning, 5 drops in the afternoon, and see what it is. You put it in a big glass, and does it stain your mouth or no? If you put it in you know, a 8 ounce, 10 ounce, 12 ounce glass, I just don't want to, my mouth to be blue all day. Not that it really makes a difference. I'd start with 3 or 4. Okay, I'll start with 3 and see what it feels like. Did you feel anything the first time that you took it? I'm just curious. And you too, Ralph. How you doing? You guys, yeah, weekday. Yeah, I used to like doing the Sundays from here, but then it was Saturday, and it seemed like everybody's enthused with college football. I mean, I don't know. I never could watch when when they used to put the spread in. The spread's 280 points. How in the hell did you come up with 280 points in a football game? And God dang it, they didn't cover. You know, I mean, just amazing shit. So I do enjoy watching, some, local. I know, like, I know Jake's really into his, whatever his home team is, but uh, don't get it on your face. She'll turn, yeah, no shit, or drop it in my beard, right? Yeah, that's why I figured I'd maybe I was thinking about doing a shot glass, in the back, but I guess it would be more obviously more potent or stronger, so I probably would do it. I'll try a glass of water and see. I'm gonna do it after this to see how I feel. I started with 4 and a shot of black seed oil. I felt it really cool. Okay, how are you feeling, Ralph? You just your mind is just like a sharpest attack, or I just want to know. Hey, Paul, how you doing? um how fast does what go? the the like the what did I go to? Why did I pick up my phone? What app was I going to go to? Was I going to check my bank balance? Was I going to, just that little shit like that? It drives me crazy. So if I can just see a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel, plus, like I said, I saw my aunt go through Alzheimer's, and not the way I want to exit this world if I have a say in it. Each person, that's what they said. They said that 2 eyedropper fulls was what a lot of people ended up doing. I'm imagining one in the morning, one in the afternoon, or something. But I don't know. I don't know how many eyedroppers are in that little bitty bottle. Not that, I mean, if it makes me feel good, who gives a shit what it uh, what it costs, right? Hey, what's up? You're not? Are you on a ship, or are you here in back in Thailand? How are you anyway? I said, you guys don't, Ryan? I think everybody here knows you. Um, Never taken that much. Yeah, I don't know. I'll try like you. I'll try a couple of days to see what it feels like with 3 or 4 drops. And then, but my original deal was what I had in my mind to see what I feel like is twice a day, early morning, I guess maybe after breakfast. I don't know. I don't know if it'll be better on an empty stomach, on a whatever. But hey, what's up, Greg? How you doing? Uh, but and then maybe like 1 o'clock, after lunch, and see down the road and see what it does. But if it if it gives me any kind of energy, Although I did do a little bit on the e-bike. Let's see, on the e-bike, it's freaking awesome. Did you guys check out? I mean, it it looks a lot faster on the camera, but I mean, 35 miles an hour is 35 miles an hour. But it was cool. The only thing is, I already ordered it. I'm bent over like this. My ass hurt, so I've already ordered another seat from Amazon. I told you that Cloud9 gel seat is the one that everybody says is the shit to have. Um, and if I ordered one of the deals that the post you put on there, and then it lifts up so you can lift up the handlebars and sit back, because I'm not Ricky Racer or anything on this thing. Um, yeah, I mean it was cool. And then the only thing, like I said, I couldn't see the screen. I didn't check last night when I got back. Um, the cousin came over and I had him. He's going to do the concrete in front of the trailer now and down the one side of the house. He's going to do that today. And I mean, shit like that. Like, I still got 6 bags of concrete left over. I still got rock and gravel. He gave me a price on doing the front fence, so he'll start on that after he does the concrete. But 3 guys, 400 baht each, so 1,200 baht. It's about I don't know, maybe 5 feet wide, and as long as the trailer, 20 feet, and then about 3.5 feet wide down the side of the house, another 20 feet. They're going to do it in one day, and I guess that's good for them. I let them set the price, so we'll see. But I really impressed with the bike. I dig it. Yeah, it's awesome, man. And like I said, and I forgot last night, we're getting some sun now. I'll go over. I mean, I got some good stuff on the solar deals, good information, but I should have that thing, even though it was only down 2 bars. I should have plugged it in last night when I got and free charge it for free in the garage. So, but what the deal is, that I've had that battery full. That battery I know will take the house all the way from nighttime, 5:36 when the sun sets, all the way until sunrise, with about 3,000 or 3,500 watts, and that's about what we burn. 1,500, 1,900 to 3,000, 22. It varies throughout the night, but I know that 628 amp hours is freaking awesome. When I get to a point where, right now, I believe the way that I figured it out last night, during this time of year when we have overcast skies, it's only charging the battery to about 45%. So I figured it out. It cost us approximately, okay, 4.2 baht per kilowatt. If there's something different, Craig might know. But I'm figuring I'm burning about now. Now the program shows me how many kilowatts I'm pulling from the grid every day and for the month, and it's going to be about 20, somewhere in there. Depends on how much sun we get on and off during the day. When we get out of the rainy season, if I've got sunshine and that battery is charged 100%, and we go into nighttime, I'm paying goose eggs, because it'll go all there and it'll go all day with nothing. So, but right now I'm shooting for 20 times 4.3 is 86 baht, times 30 days, 2,580 baht for the month. Now, and 0 on Ubon, and I'm a happy camper, because right now, like I said, the last time I got a 4,000 baht bill from Ubon, and I got, because of that, I don't even want to get it. It upsets me every time I think about it. And here I had, we didn't have the batteries on. We didn't have this. We didn't have that. Which half this month we didn't either. But it was like 7,000 baht, which is still half of 14, but not good enough, and not what I had in my mind. So it was 14, 15, 16, 17. I paid, no, I'm sorry, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I paid 12,000 baht last month for electricity between Surin and Ubon. So if I take that down to 2,500, half the year and zero the other half, I'm happy. Hey Brock, um, we would have it running in reverse. What did he say? What did he do? I missed. Sorry, I was rambling. But I do dig the e-bike. If you ever get tired of it, Dave, let me know. I'll pick it up. Yeah, the only thing that I could say, now you're a young dude. Um, I took the back bag off and I can get my fat ass over it and up in the seat, and I feel a lot more comfortable on it. I can put one foot down, although I'm going to raise the seat about an inch. When I get the handlebars back, I believe I'm going to be comfortable. That part should be here maybe Tuesday, and I'll do another one. I'm going to do one on the trailer. The trailer's pretty cool, but the once that's here, the seat, they said they guaranteed me I had to pay 17 extra. I had to pay 4 times what I would have paid for the seat if they actually had it on Lazada. But this Cloud9 seat, they don't sell in here. It's in the States. They make it in the US. So I had to pay just as much for shipping as I did for the seat. The seat was $39, and the total was $75 to ship it, and that included a little bit of money, 10, $12 or something, to have it here by September 2nd. And so I'll get that. I should have everything, and then I'll do another one because the battery, I want to put this morning I'm going to put the battery that I bought from a manufacturer, not the manufacturer of the bike. They're Samsung cells and all that crap, but it was 6,000 baht less buying it from this person. It's the exact one for it. And it came with a charger, a 5 amp charger. This battery is only a 2 amp charger. And put that in there and tweak some stuff. I ordered the mirrors that I put on there. I do need one on both sides because here in Thailand, I got to see what's on my outside going up, like to get over to the U-turn deal. So I just this morning, they're cheap. The little ones that go in the end of the grips, 220 baht or something, and put those in and take that other one off and put them on something else. Maybe I'll put them on the Scoopy because they are a little bit longer. The rest of it is okay, except I'd like to get in a little better shape. But it made sense, and maybe I'll put a video out on it. But after I had already purchased the bike, as I'm scrolling through, watching all the YouTube videos on Hey Maui, on e-bikes, right? What you need to know if you're over 60 and you're going to buy an e-bike, and the first thing was get the full, nothing in the middle, we used to call a girl's bike, step through, was the number one out of the 5 things on the list. And he was absolutely right. I mean, it would have been so much easier for me to just step through. It would be, I could keep the back bag on, because now if I've got the trailer with me, I don't have any worry. I've got plenty of storage for everything. So I got to work it out. Now, if I get my fat ass on the bike every day, pedal it in 2 or 3 and, go out for an hour. And then, like I said, start going to the gym. Maybe I can get my foot over the thing and get in a little better shape. That's what I'm shooting for. But I took the bag off and I can sling my foot over it and I can get off it. And I feel like I'm not going to fall and break a hip if I getting on and off the damn thing. Go to Mr. DIY Dave there. Bound to have stuff to check out your bike. The shops here, the DIY shops here. I'm imagining that's what you're talking about, Brock. But I haven't seen that one yet. I'll have to look at it now that you said it. I'm like, I don't know, 5 behind. I catch a little bit here and there. I got to catch up a little bit, and I got to catch up on the comments. Although I hadn't had much stuff out, so there wasn't many comments. Now there's a few. So, hey, Cobus, how you doing? Glad you could make it. But I'm digging it. And then, like I said, the trailer is pretty cool. But I got my good tripod out, and I'm going to take it with me. Take the trailer and the e-bike and an extra battery and 50 pounds worth of crap in that box. The stuff that I'm going to go when I go fishing or on a trip or whatever I'm going to do with this thing, which I don't know yet. Um, I I'll take that over there, and then I'll put the tripod up and get some stuff riding down the reservoir. And the thing tracks good. It's pretty awesome. And for the money, it was $100. So was the aluminum one that I just bought that I get, I think, the middle of September or something. And that one I'm going to actually use for the fishing deal. The metal one here, I'm going to beef up the tires a little bit, and I'm going to probably beef up both of them. But that the one I'm going to put a V in it and set the kayak on it. So the kayak itself weighs, without anything on it, 50 pounds. So I'm going to have to try to do some beefing up of that trailer, and I think I'm better off starting with the steel one than the aluminum one has a hard rubber bottom. It's not even solid, and not that it matters because I got a box there, and the sides are that way, and there's nothing on the front or the back, just two sides. But it was cheap, 100. It was 90 something coming from China. So that one I'll make. I bought a I think I showed you the fishing reel, the surf casting one. I bought one rod that's 5.4 meters long, 17 feet or something. And I bought another reel. So I have two reels now, and I bought two. The poles were 500 baht each. I bought a 12 foot extendable telescopic rods. And then maybe I'll try that big long one. But they hung like 10 pokes off the end of these things and still picked them up off the ground on the ones that graphite. So we'll see. I never had much luck with them, but they sure are convenient when you're trying to, condense everything into one little trailer. Roxanne, yes. The big yellow dude. Yeah, yeah, okay. They seem to be everywhere these days. Yeah, they do have a lot of stuff. And hey Tip, how you doing? Um, I need to do that. It's probably a good idea. I've got a bunch of stuff on there. I've got a little anti-theft deal, and I'm gonna do a little video on that. I've got the only thing that I don't have on that bag that I had one of the bottle holders. I bought two bottles, and I bought two of the clamping deals that go on a post. And on every other one that I've seen, there's like two screws there on all of them. And what they're for those bottle holders or anything else you want to attach. And I don't see them on there. So I know they've got ones that go on the fork, and it's kind of weird. But anyway, that is. I got the bag, or a little bag to go under the seat. I've got one on the post in the front, one on the very front of the bike, and then I've got a Bluetooth speaker, which I played, and they didn't catch me on any, I don't think anyway. I have to look on the copyright with the Beach Boys song riding down there. And then I I don't know. GoPro needs to make a screw-in deal that's that long. When I put that in my GoPro underneath my clamp on, module so I can plug in all my accessories, the thing's in that far, and you're trying to it's a pain in the ass. And I don't know, maybe they make one, but if they haven't, they need to make them. Anyway, I got off on a tangent, but I'll take the trailer down there, do the e-bike, and I'll do a deal on the accessories that I've got, the mirrors that'll be on there. There's a Bluetooth speaker, a phone holder, the mount for the GoPro, the mount that I put the extra bar across there, all the little things that I did to it, the 2 or 3 bags that'll be on there, and then I'm kind of curious. Like I said, when I take the trailer over there, I will document the miles and put it in there. Only do it without I'll pedal assist like I just did there, not pedaling, and just cruising though, not 35 miles an hour. One motor, and cruise around until it dies, and I'll have the other battery in the trailer, and then I'll get an exact deal because it's kind of good to know. I mean, if you have a bunch of up and down and stuff like that, you'd have to calculate that in, but it would be good to know. But my guess would be doing that on one motor and watching it, maybe 25 miles, so maybe 50 with the two batteries. But when you think about it, 50 miles is what? I mean, my ass will be sore. It'll be time for me to stop and take a rest. So we'll see. Hey, Andrew, went out to lunch with Andrew. Didn't do any video or anything, but we went over to the Junkie Burgers, of course. Food that if I'm wanting to lose something, I should have done it. Hey, Kenny, what's up? I was talking about it earlier. I found out that battery, the 628 or whatever amp hours, fully charged, will run my house overnight. So right now I'm shooting for what I've calculated on what I've seen with the overcast. It only charges my battery up to about 45%. I'm burning about 20 uh, 20 kilowatts or whatever at 4.2 a kilowatt, works out to about 2,500 a month. Come the dry season, when we got sunshine and that battery gets charged up during the day to 100, I'll be at zero. Yours is, do you get yours? I get mine on the 28th. All the stuff that I did to the house is only for the last 10 days or something. So, but I'll at least get an idea. But that's what I'm seeing on watching the program. It gives me how many kilowatt hours I buy from or I get from the grid every day, monthly, and all that. So it's easy to calculate. But I still, there's nothing better than when I walk out here when I walk out to the garage, I stop by the pole there just to look at my meter, just sitting there, not moving. Gives me a small woody, I think. Ah, okay, cool. I'll look forward to that. But yeah, so, and I haven't got any information on Ubon, but like I said, I think Ubon's going to be a goose egg. Um, Maybe a little bit if we went there twice a month, four of us or whatever. But I don't think so. If I had to buy, you had even mentioned it. If I had to buy a couple more batteries for it, I'll buy a couple more batteries for it. Whatever I need to do. But if that's a goose egg, and this is 2,500, half the year my bill would be 2,500, and half of the year would be, zero or 200 baht or 300 baht, 500 baht, shit like that. So, hey, Robert, how you doing? Do they make them? What do they call them? Long screw mounts for GoPro? That's what I'll put in there. That just drives me crazy. And every time I do it, I think about, well, I need to go on Lasada, but now I'll actually do it. Thanks, Craig. It drives me nuts. So I can't get it real tight, and that's why I was looking at the mirrors and trying to see stuff, and I wasn't watching the camera. And then I noticed the camera was, pointing towards God, and put it back down, and it was fine. But I was talking, so I didn't edit it out. I left it in. But yeah, watching the Colorado River, bad internet. That's a bummer. But yeah, so I'm happy with that. I've got 9 million fishing rods. And I'll do the trailer too at the same time. When I go over there, we'll lay out everything that's in there. And like I said, I've got a little put together table. I've got a good camp seat, the ones that fold up in a little bag. I've got a little cooking set that's this big around that takes these little deals that all goes inside. It's in one little container like that, and the top is a little pan, the bottom's a little cup. That way, if I'm out fishing, I'll probably put a tarp in there. I haven't put the tarp in there yet. I want to keep the weight down too. But that way, if I get out somewhere, and I could do it right from here, I could ride over to the reservoir. That's real close. That'll probably be a first little trip with it. And and go fishing for the day, then put up the little tarp and have something there and be able to make soup or a coffee, whatever, and do some video maybe. You never know. Cloud9 seat. Yep, that's it. You got it, brother. And it was like I said, it was what was the total? I don't think I do. I have it up here. I think maybe I do. No, God, that light is just horrible. Oh, there's Amazon. Okay, let me see. Yeah, it was 30, 39. Let's see. In orders. Uh, uh, um. How come it didn't? $75.81. It was $40, $39.95 for the seat, and the rest was an import or something or other, tax of some sort, and $15 shipping and something else. But if you go on to especially this one, the Cloud9 Select Saddle 10.5 by 10.75 black soft touch vinyl gel seat. Uh, that's the one that everybody is saying is the shit to have. So we'll see. But like I said, my ass was sore. I was bent over like this, and I couldn't get comfortable. And then it's weird too because the pedals don't have any resistance. Whatever you put on because they'll just pedal back, but or pedal forward. But if you're cruising, you can't catch up with it. But they're just so I have to get used to it. Like one foot's in front of the other, not like on a motorcycle or something. So it's a little weird, but I'll get used to it. Injected. Oh shit. Yeah, they do. They did have some, but rather than screw around, I figured, well, I'll just try it. There's one on there that I was gonna buy, cheap, 690, 700 baht. What is that? I don't know, $20, something like that. So we'll see. Yeah, counterfeit for everything. I did. I put it in there. I even tried to put Chinese knockoff, Cloud9, and all sorts of good stuff. I tried, but we'll see. And then, like I said, on the blue stuff, we'll have to. I'm going to do it after this, uh, and see how I feel. It'll give me a little bit of energy, clear up my mind to where, if I pick up my phone, why did I pick that up? What was I going to do with it? That shit drives me crazy. So why is my camera failed to load? Why? I got the garage up. I didn't pull that up. I want to see if he's here. I guess she told me this morning that his wife uncle died um, yesterday, but she said go and do the job. They need money. she's a she's the one that works all the time. He just drink. Like I said, no, it doesn't want to go. Anyway, won't get a picture of the garage. But I don't understand that. But anyway, he uh, once I get him working, he's all right. The fence, I got to finish it off. I've got the SD card here that has the last little clip on the fence with them putting the metal up. I just got to take another little ending to a short video and show the close up of the fence. Maybe I'll try to do that today and get that done with. Then I can get rid of what's on there and put it back in the camera. But I'm happy with the bike. Like I said, two things. One, if you watch the video at all, or if you got a bike or your scooter or whatever you're thinking, this flat out or whatever it is freaking awesome. I put it in both the trailer tires. But what I did was when you let the air out of those 4-inch wide deals, and they had talked about it. Oh, you got to be careful when you put it in there. It'll pop a bead and this, that, next thing. I had it setting down on it, so when so the bottom of the tire was flat. Otherwise it's on the rim, the tire's that big, it's down like this. And so I put the stuff in it and put the air to it, and boy, it, popped the bead right out. What the shit? I did that twice or three times. I said, I got to get this thing up, so it's got a place to go. Otherwise, when it's sitting like that, it's just going to push it in other spots the easiest way it could go, where it's going to go. Easiest path for air or water. And put it up on a crate, put the stuff, put the air to it, boom. The back tire, 2 minutes, I was done. Took out the valve stem, plugged in the thing, 10 pumps, what they said you don't even need that many. 10 pumps in it, put the wheel back in, done. So it worked out stuff. But the stuff, if you watch, like I said, if you watch the videos, guys will go, I used to get, 8-10 flats a year, 2 times a month. What a pain in the ass. I haven't had a flat in 3 years. And I guess I haven't looked at the guarantee. I guess there's a guarantee for the stuff to last pretty much the length of your tire because it'll go 10 years. Now, how you would document it, I don't have a clue. But everything that I've seen on there, like I said, they took a 1/4-inch drill and nails and screws and all sorts of shit, and it just sealed right up. So I felt confident, now that I've got it in the little tires and on the deal, because like I said, that would be probably my biggest nightmare. A little thing, derailleur or something I have to screw with and, jerry rig that I could do. I'm used to doing that from when I was young, and to get, but in my mind, the way that I feel in 98-degree weather with 90% humidity, sitting on the side of the road with no shade, no, go waves and come get me, hurry. But I'm gonna put it in my scooter too. I'm gonna put it in my Forza, and I'm gonna put it in my my little Scoopy, and maybe I'll put it in the CT too. I should. I think I've got enough. Stuff was like $90 to get it here, but from what they're saying, I put in way too much. What it says on the bottle, I could have put 8 pumps in. I put 10. Always overkill, but they're saying 4. So I still got a half a gallon of the stuff. So on those ones, I'll probably put in on the Forza. I'll probably put 8 pumps in it, and those have good tires on it. The Scoopy I think is marginal, so I think I'll have 2 new tires put on it, have it completely serviced. I like my Scoopy. Around town, it's freaking awesome. I drove it over to Junkie Burgers, but and put that stuff in those tires, and then I've got enough for the other trailer and all that kind of stuff. And if I have to order more, I'll order more. Yeah, it is. And brutal on old people too, which I am. But I never had a problem. Even when I first got here, I took the PCX from Phuket to Krabi twice, and up the coast to what was it? What was the name of that? Really a nice place too. Anyway, I can't go an hour. I'm done. Hour, I'm not done, but I'd stop 7-Eleven, get the cool rag, wipe off a big bottle of cold water, a 5-minute break, and poop, another hour. So I'm not in a rush. But if you got stuck, it might be a different deal. Like when I had the flat on the Forza, that was a little bit. But luckily, I mean, how do you out in the middle of nowhere traveling and the thing blows out, and where you end up stopping is right in front of a truck tire place, and the kid didn't want to do it, but ended up doing it. Went into town, got me a tire, got me everything. So pretty much here in Thailand, the only thing I would say, keep a stash of money somewhere on you, okay? Cash, okay? Because you can get just about anything done for the right dollar amount. And I'm not talking about a lot of money, But what I always do is I usually take, if I'm traveling, I take 10,000 baht with me. And out of that, I take 2,000 of that broke down into hundreds, 50s, and 20s, and keep those stashed in a different spot, and then just keep a little bit of my wallet. But just smart to have a little bit of cash on you, just a little little words of wisdom. Um, Buddha's watching. Yeah, my wife probably prays for me all days long. Buddha's dead. Yeah, but I'm Catholic. I was brought up Catholic and everything. But I think when I look at, I don't know what my mom is. Hopefully she's in all His glory. I hope her and my wife. And but the Buddhism, I've learned a little bit about it because I don't like to talk about religion or politics, but this isn't really either way. But I look at Buddhism, and maybe I'm wrong, more as a way of life than an actual religion, uh, and a smart way of life because it's all logical, and I'm a logical kind of guy. Should you really kill people? Probably not. Should you really, you know what's right and wrong. 99% of the people know when they're doing something shady or not correct or not morally correct, or what you're doing. And I think Buddha's that way. Don't kill animals. Don't do this. Don't do that. I think the way of life that, from what I don't know nearly enough about it to probably even be talking about it, but the stuff that I do know, I like what I see. Yeah, they are both, and probably a couple more. But yeah, so um, yeah, that's my biggest worry on that. But that's anytime I take it out. Let's see, I went over the solar. They're going to do like I said, it's going to be nice because I'm building on the right hand side because I had those people come from the border. I had 5 people in my garage with 2 beds. I had 3 people in my trailer. And my trailer only has one of those little cassette toilets. I thought about it when I was doing it, the building the garage, and I didn't do it. But I went over it with him yesterday. We're going to put a 5 foot wide by 10 foot long on the right hand side of the garage when you're looking at it, with a door in the middle, little shower area, not hot water, but just to wash off. Straight ahead, a little sink, and over to a right, a commode, maybe a urinal, and a little 3 ring septic system there. That way, if somebody comes and they want to, relax and not be in, when the kids are here, I don't have room until mom and dad, till we build that 2 bedroom house. The trailer will be open. And so that now it'll have a concrete pad in front of it, 8 feet long by 15 feet wide. The shade could go out. It's under the shade. It's air conditioned. It's all on solar. So that's the ones he's going to do. I think he's going to have him do he's supposedly doing the concrete today, him and two of the kids. And then I'd like him to do the toilet, but I think I'm going to have him do the gate. My wife's kind of jonesing for that, and me too, because we're going to open up the wall, and the dogs are just going to go ape shit. They're going to have an absolute ball being able to run around our limited property in there and be able to go out there where it's kind of wide open. To us, it's a large area. Are they doing fly? They do. The helicopters come over here about twice a day still, but I haven't heard anything. My wife said something about we were sending some kind of a ship to dock in Cambodia, and I guess what I said. What do they want to? She said they wanted that he wanted the president wants to put soldiers, American. Well, I said that's kind of normal for anybody, I mean, we want to go, if you want strategic spots within the region, you try to well, let me put a little military base here and have a presence here. And but I don't know for sure. Craig probably does. Somebody else might too, but I didn't. That was first I had heard about it. It said on the 25th of something, so I don't know. Yeah, and that's probably one of when you get here. That would be probably, how far is it? Is it 2 hours on the bike or on the motorcycle? It'd probably be a one-stop trip, and I'd probably that I could take the e-bike, and that'd be a good one too. If you were here, I would do that right out of the gate. Halfway there, find a little place, stop, you know, pull my stuff inside a 500 baht a night room, hit the two chargers on, charge up both the batteries. Excuse me, and then take off and go, and then spend a couple of days at the family's deal there, and yeah, yeah, I enjoy it, man. I wish you were here, brother, for sure. But that's another. That was the one thing that I kind of got on the. I talked about this. I talked about that. The shadow. Um, I think I told you guys that I tried to start it. It wouldn't start. Come to find out that somebody had taken my gas out of the tank, and I almost went crazy. And I said, no, I'm not gonna. I told my wife, don't go crazy. Just forget about it, and just make sure the family said they have enough money if they need gas to ask for money, or maybe I'll just fill up a 5 gallon deal because it freaked me out. And I was laying the other day, well, a week ago, and laying there, and I'm going, man, I've got everything on it. It's a freaking motorcycle. If I've got spark and I've got compression and I have fuel, the thing will fire. And went out there, I said, well, I'm just going to put a little gas in it anyway, and then I'll check everything. Put some gas in it, and boom, son of a bitch. So I'm going to have Sim call. Well, they're closed today. Tomorrow. It's been a month now, so he should have the guy that's making or tuning in or dialing in 4 plugs for me. There's 2 plugs in each cylinder. This guy's a hot rod guy and knows what it needs. And they are also changing out a deal on the air fuel mixture. People are, whenever they mess around with stuff, it's nice to, oh, look at this intake. Isn't this a beautiful intake? And now you're giving it mass air, and and you wonder why you have problems. Whatever you do to intake, you need to do to exhaust. It needs to be an equal deal. You can't just put hot rod stuff on and one side of it and either restrict air or increase air, and reduce fuel, increase fuel. Just doesn't work that way. But anyway, so hopefully he'll have that. I'll get it back over there. Once I get that done, I got all the paperwork now. The bike is registered in my wife's name. We have the book on it, and it's a 100% legal and ready to go motorcycle. So I'm thinking about painting it and stuff. But right now, I want to find a nice pair of running boards. The ones that I got are cheap pieces of crap, and a couple of little things, and then another place that I would have went to errands on a first trip. But I'll probably to go somewhere. Probably if Chuck and them are around, I'll probably go to Tapanome for a night on a first deal. It's if I'm cruising along and everything goes right, I could probably make it there in 3.5 hours. Southeast Asian Sea. Let's see, U.S. in Cambodia, nothing to do with Thailand, China. Yeah, I don't know. It was my wife seemed concerned about it. She seemed to think that it was going to spark a little bit of a problem, which maybe it could. I don't know, but I don't know enough about it to talk about it. But maybe somebody else does. But yeah. So hopefully I will get that done. The e-bike, that new seat's supposed to be here on the 2nd. Usually Amazon's pretty good with that, except on that last stuff. But I don't know. They took a supplier, and that guy, first one got lost 10 times, and then they sent it back. And you still want it? I said, sure. Haven't even got the bike yet. Why not? I'll wait. So I waited, and they did it quickly the second time. But that I've got the suspension seat deal, so it bounces up and down, a good one. And with that on there, probably pretty much be it, except for what I'm going to do on the trailer. Like I said, I've got a broke down from when I first got here. I've got one of those little break 5-piece breakdown little spinning rods. I've got a little bait caster that is only this big 2-piece, and a little bit of fishing gear. I'll go through it all. I'll lay it all out. I want to weigh it all. I want to make sure that I don't overload those little tires on the road. And probably what I'm going to do, fishing wise, even, I'd like to have, I'm going to stop by a bicycle place and say, for a 3-inch, fat tire, not a 4-inch, but a 3-inch. What do you got on a rim that'll work on? I'll bring one of the wheels with me. To take them out, you just pull a little spring-loaded deal, and the whole wheel and its axle slides out, this long. So bring it and see if they can make something, because I'd like to do it. If it's not, I don't want to pay more for 2 tires than I did for the whole trailer. But I don't think that'll be the case. Not here in Thailand. No, there's nothing. I probably should get something for my wife to get on it. If the thing is, it's pretty. The thing's big and it's heavy, but like I said, I don't know if you could tell in the video. Like I said, it does make it look a little bit faster than it actually feels to me on there. But 35 miles an hour is 35 miles an hour. But it just cruises right along. And I could have run. I didn't run it. I ran it pretty much all the way over there on 2-motor, 5, which is just throttle. You can pedal to it, pedal assist, but it's all throttle. And I probably could have, but I was worried about that thing. And it is with those lithium batteries. You run them down, and those lines will go, and then once you stop, they'll blink, blink. They'll come back up. That's why I said I would have rather had an actual voltage. It gives you a better idea of what the state of charge is with the battery. But like I said, the biggest thing that if somebody's thinking about doing that and you're 60 years old and you're not 6'4", I would get a step through. If I was doing it all over again, I'd get a step through. But the biggest thing for me was the 2 motors, because there was like one part in there where I went through where we had one of the kids, I think it was Shushu's birthday party long time ago before COVID. And all that right side was just restaurants in the afternoon. The afternoon on a weekend, they were packed, and nighttime they get a couple of them that open. They'll actually either sit there and eat, or they'll walk right over to the reservoir and sit along the reservoir and eat. But coming out of there was a good incline, but I had a good run at it, and I only had it on the 1 motor. But on the 2 motors, it just nothing, no hesitation, no nothing. And I think it'll do. I think it's 40%. It's a heavy duty. That was one of the things. And then being 260 pounds, I wanted to make sure when I got that watch. And Andrew, I think I bought one of these health watches. It does it does steps and all that kind of crap, calories, phone. It does ECG and PPG. It does glucose, which is, I don't know if it's correct or not, but it's really weird because like it was 4.1, which I think is borderline on or below diabetic, but like it went up to 6.6 as a high now, and it corresponded with me eating rice soup. So I don't know if it's correct or not, but if there was a major problem, I should be able to see it on here. It might not necessarily be the exact deal, but it definitely shows. And then it has blood pressure, which it says my blood pressure is pretty good, 117/85, 97% on oxygen. And then this blood compost, it says keep still. And I know Andrew, I think he bought it. I sent him so it's only 1,400 baht. So rather, I'm not going to pay, God knows how much money for an apple, something or other. Now I don't know about all these. Okay, 253.4 mmol/liter uric acid, total cholesterol, triglycerides, density I can't even pronounce lipoprotein. I don't know. Density, same thing. So it gives you that, and then there's one more that's body composition, which I think this is the one that says that, like my BMI. I think if you go off that BMI, I'm supposed to weigh like 36 pounds. but it gives BMI 37.1. I don't know, with body fat 44.5%, muscle 42.5%, subcutaneous fat 32.7, body water 43.3, skeletal muscle 24.7, bone mass 2.6, protein 9.1%, and basal metabolic rate 0.4367 calories. That's it. And then it's got body temperature, does your sleep stuff and all that. But I'm really happy. I only had it like a week, and it's it's good, not bad. And the one that I saw like this that they were trying to sell on like Facebook or whatever, when I saw it, I won like 8,000 baht for it or something. Found this one, still had that same face deal on it, all the same where the little deal is. Some of it you got to put your finger here when you do the reading, and it was 1,400 baht. So what is that? 40 under $50, right? Cool. I think you're gonna like it. I like mine. The only thing, like I said, this wrist, because I have this giant bump here, uh, that would be the hand that I would normally put it on, and it just wants to slide by this bump. But I'm kind of getting used to it. I've had it on here for 3 days now. But if you go back, there's all sorts of other shit. I haven't even read the book. It's one of those deals like I'll probably never know everything that it'll do. Thanks, Brock. Appreciate it. But yeah, I shouldn't look at Facebook. I shouldn't do. I should definitely not go on to Lasada as often as I do. But I did get the little mirrors, like I said, for the end. The other ones were a pain in the ass. But like I said, when I was going down the big road and wanted to get over to the U-turn, I can't. I can't. My body don't work that way, and still hold on to the bar. So I definitely need to have two of them. And those ones that are kind of ugly and couldn't get it over far enough to where I liked it. So right on the end of it, if you want to, you can turn them straight down, turn them out, turn them up, turn them halfway, whatever you want to do. So I like that. To get my BMI, I need to lose 55 years. Yeah, yeah, no shit. I think I looked at it one time, and it said for me, I think 5'10". I think they wanted me to weigh like 149 pounds or something. I go, what? One of my legs? Just the best that I ever felt in my life. I got down to 176 one time when I was younger and I was boxing. Uh, but I felt weak. I felt my best right around 200 pounds. And that's what I'm shooting for now. I'd like to get down 205. I'd be happy right in that area. So we'll see what happens. They gave me one with the mirror. That helmet. He asked about that. I got a lock, a phone holder, the mirrors, a helmet, and a bag. The little bag on the center there, which is a nice bag. It's perfect. I got the key to undo the battery. I put my glasses in there. I can even put my wallet in there. Uh, but I'll show all that stuff. But I haven't tried it on, but it's a little. I'm gonna wear my little. I should have something on my noggin, but I'm gonna wear my little skull deal. But it's not a bad helmet. It actually probably looks pretty good, but I haven't. I tried it on. I put it together, and but like I said, it weighs like as much as this little pill container. The whole thing it weighs nothing. So I will. I'll put it on. I'll show you guys a picture of it. I think I did show you in one of the videos. Oh, with mirrors on the helmet, they make them on like your glasses and shit too, don't they? I think Chuck had one of those ones that came off of maybe his helmet or whatever. He'll probably yeah, but man, like I said, I was on the main highway. I needed to get over to make the U-turn to come back to the government center to go over to the reservoir. And I had to really pretty much slow down. And, what I did was I took the left hand mirror one I did put on and cranked it over so that I could kind of see the road back there. And between here and there, and then went across. But yeah, I didn't like that. And I don't know, you feel like, I mean, the thing is heavy duty, but you still feel like you're on a bicycle. I feel more uh, in harm's way on that bicycle than I do on one of the scooters or motorcycles. So we'll see. But I do like it a lot. And like I said, and especially like you know, if you wanted to run around town or run around because like I said, if you pedal assisted on the one battery, you probably run 25 miles easily and go anywhere in town. And then you're getting free energy. You charge it up. You won't buy anything for, scooter gas or not that they use a lot, but it's free. I like that free energy shit. So maybe I'll buy a Tesla. No, I don't think I'll go there. Although we really do. I like the electric hot rod. I never really checked into it to see if you could charge the batteries. I probably should see if there's a bypass plug in there somewhere to directly charge the batteries, because I don't know what the batteries are, but I want to say the Tesla and those batteries are like our deal, 48 or 50, 52 volts. So there's probably a way. I'm gonna have to do it. I'll ask the almighty Google. Brock's here. Ask almighty Google if the Nissan Kicks has a separate port to charge the batteries separately from the gasoline driven motor. See, I could say all that. Now I'm trying to spell it and type it in now. Speak it into my phone. I can do that. Let's see how our energy's doing. Then I'll try the garage again. I really like this program. I'm happy with it. I'm kind of excited. This bill, I'm probably not gonna, nothing was hooked up, and see right now we're getting like 3,000 watts. We're charging the battery. We're off the grid, and right now I've used 13 kW. So now it'll run as long as the sun's out, and the battery's charged up the 40 or 50%. Once the sun starts to go in and out, if it's whatever, it'll suck it back out of the battery. So I'll be done with the grid until 5, 6 o'clock, and then it'll probably run it up close to 20, at least another 7 kilowatts between there and midnight when it resets the program. So it's been 24 hours. But yeah, I like it. Right now, we're only pulling 1,300 watts in the house. That's probably because everybody's gone. I think I gave my wife 500 baht. She's going to the green market. Whenever she says she's going to the green market, and I give her money, she's a happy camper. I'm the best thing since sliced bread. Hey David, how you doing? Glad you could make it. It's probably like, yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna have to find out because you'd think that there would be a way to charge the batteries. It would be a smart thing to do, or there's got to be a way. I'm sure there's some guy that's already done it out there that says, "Oh, I got solar. I like this hybrid, but I'm going to put in this relay and this thing, and I can plug it in when I get home and charge the batteries up." So if not, because like I said, during the certain time of the year coming up, I think the dry season, the high season, or what October, November, no, October, November, December, January. That 5, 6 months, I'm hoping to be generating a lot of electricity. And if that's the case, why not? Put in a plug and you pull it in the driveway, plug it in. So you don't have to buy no gas. And I have to look at that. Ron, I was when I ordered the mirrors, I always try to think, well, the mirrors are only like 200 baht. Is there something else that I want, for a couple hundred baht? And I want to get those little ones that actually battery operated ones that'll go on the back of the trailer that just either are on, so everybody see it, or they'll blink or something so somebody sees it in case. The chances of me riding at night are slim and none, but it'd be nice to have in there like, I don't know, nothing, 100 baht for 2 or something. So I am going to get a couple of those. But yeah, it's curious. I would think, but the batteries run down pretty quick. So it's not like they have a giant reserve, because even if they're topped off, which is rarely, that motor comes on and off. So I don't know. But I mean, even if it saves whatever, if it's free energy, why not use it? Does not have a plug. Okay. Yeah. And maybe they didn't. If I was an engineer, I'd put it in. But if I was an engineer, you'd be able to get to shit uh, when you're working on it. I don't know how many engineers I've cussed out over the years. I forget what year it was. I think it was a 1969 Mach 1, the 429. You had to actually take the braces off and the one of the engine mounts and jack the motor up to get to the rear plug. Now, what kind of engineering is that? I think it was one of the Mach, big block Ford Mach. I'm almost positive that was it. And it had a brace that went across, to keep the motor intact. Things were monsters, man. And had to take that off, take the engine mount loose, and jack the motor up to be able to reach in and do it. Crazy. It seems all hybrids are built in charging, actually moving. Yeah, I don't. It seems that way, like it'll go, and I pay, I never really looked at it and paid attention to when it was, but I seen it, when I was driving it coming on and off uh, and stuff. It's awesome. I mean, the gas mileage is great and all that kind of stuff. I got nothing but good things to say about the electric hot rod. But like I said, I still think we made the right move. I wouldn't, even today, I don't think I would buy an all electric car. A couple of years from now, when I see a lot more charging stations and shit here in Thailand, then maybe I would think about it. And they're getting, God knows what kind of batteries they're going to have. And I heard the Chinese are experimenting with stuff that only takes like, 15 minutes to charge, and you can go for 500 miles and shit, and different styles of Musk and all this stuff. They're going to come up with crap that's going to be unbelievable in the next couple of years. Your brother charging with 351 Cleveland. That's what I had. I had a Mach with a 351. But the that was a small block of kind of, yeah, you couldn't get to it. That was in their deal. How to get to the plug. You take this off, take the motor mount loose, jack up the motor, and reach in and change it. Crazy, crazy, insane shit like that used to drive me insane. Of course, it's hard to shove that much shit in that little engine bay. It basically was motor, side to side, front to back. And I was always a Chevy guy, and I always used to get crap with the where the distributor was. And Ford had it right, man. That distributor's right out in front and easy to get to, and you're climbing on top of a Chevy trying to get back to the distributor. Had a lot of fun with that, but that was when you could work on them. Now I remember, what was my wife, the last car that she had was a Jeep, that red line. She loved it. She only had it for a year before she passed, but she loved that car. Before that, she had the SUV Saturn, awesome car, and bought it brand new. And I remember we were out there. We never had no. I had like 100. I was still driving it until I gave it to the kids in the States when I moved here. Uh, but 120 or 30,000 miles on it, and it was just starting to wear out little shit. But I remember I lifted the hood on it one time, going, "No, something ain't right," And I looked at all that shit and closed the hood and said, "Yeah, we'll bring it to the Saturn dealer tomorrow." let them look at it. I had no clue, you know, very limited on fuel injection a little bit because they had fuel injection and stuff back in the day, but mainly, if it has a distributor and spark plugs and, you know, gasoline, that's me. That's why, I mean, well, we had it made, right? I mean, most of the people in here, we grew up in the 60s and the 70s. We had the best music. We had the best cars. We had the best time to grow up, I think. And Southern California was the best place to be. I mean, San Fernando Valley, man. Like I said, I couldn't picture growing up anywhere else. But a bunch of fun. And we had all the builders there too. We had Keith Black, Ed Pink. Everybody was there. All the racers were there. McEwen. Uh, it was just if you wanted something, you came to Southern California to get hot rod shit back in the day. Yeah, she loved that Jeep though, man. Brock, it was the one that they said was the actual truest four-wheel drive SUV made. And I forget what it was. I think it was called a Redline, Grand Cherokee Redline, something or other. It was an awesome Jeep. I've had a lot of. I liked my little Jeeps, my little four cylinders and stuff. I had a bunch of fun with them. Now let's see. My wife and I were just talking today on how much old school vehicles were so much better. None of the, yeah, I know. Like I said, man, I could put me on if I was on even the newer, the FXRs and stuff that I rode, I could do it. But back in the day, man, if you had baling wire, duct tape, and bubble gum, you could fix just about anything out on the road, and on a panhead or an old flathead or a knuckle or anything, an old shovel, any of the Harleys. When they went to because they had chains and now you got belts. You had to carry a bunch of more stuff as they progress. But now, I mean, short of plugging stuff in with the computer, that's how they. Well, let's see what's the matter with it. And they plug in a deal and run it and said, okay, Billy Bob, the computer says that we need to change this, do that. That ain't no fun. But I don't know. I did have a lot of fun growing up. Cold weather made it extra work to keep the batteries warm in the winter. Yeah, they most of the stuff that even back in the day had plugs, don't they? I know that some of the old vehicles I had, not old ones, they plugged into the radiator, and that circuit had warming stuff to keep the blocks warm. Nylon stockings. Yeah, he's really weird because I watched George Christie. You know who he is. Anyway, one of the questions that somebody had um, written into him was, "Did you have any? Now we've got plug-in electric suits and all this kind of stuff. And what did you have back in the day?" And man, before he could even spit it out, I said, "Man, I shoved newspapers, and newspapers was the biggest thing back in the day. Put them inside my Levi's, inside my jacket, leather jacket, and that was thinking." And sure enough, he said, "Yeah, back in the day, uh, newspaper was one of the biggest things." Because it was, we didn't have that shit back then, man. And we rode in anything. I rode in sleet, snow, rain, hail. Uh, you know, um, some of the time I had to, some of the time I didn't give a shit. I wanted to get to point B, but it was all. I told you the one thing I had too was I had that flight, the one that zipped up the middle with the big fur, the Air Force flight jackets, and it was awesome. And my leather jacket. Wish I still had my leather jacket. 9 out of 10. One of the scenarios shut you down. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I had a lot. Like I said, I was lucky enough to have my buddy who passed away, his dad, the boss, as a father figure, pretty much when we were growing up, and he just brought us in the garage. I told you guys about the brazing up the cams on the Honda 90s and pulling 350s and 327s and 283s out of rebuilding them, putting them back in. He taught us a lot about the correct way to rebuild a motor, and we had a lot of doing it. Carhartts, yeah. Oh, there's old army coat. Kept the wind out. Yeah, it was. I think the best setup that I had. I think I liked my Air Force flight deal because I could pull it up around my face and put a mask across, and paper on newspapers on the inside, and that. And then if it rained, then now you're in a little bit more trouble. You had some rain, but they were talking. I mean, back in the day, we'd cut a hole in a hefty bag and slip it on if we had to. Now I've got that's one thing I had to do. I've got like four. I've got a frog one that I brought from the States. I'll leave that probably on the Forza, but I got a couple other ones that I bought over the years that I never even opened, and not just the little shitty ponchos, a regular decent, and put it on the e-bike just in case. Boomer jacket. Yeah, there was a couple. Uh, Joe made. I forget the name of that. It was vests and leather jackets and stuff. I don't know, man. I Here in Thailand, I don't even. I have a hoodie for the real cold days, you know, and I like my hoodie. I got to wear it twice, I think, in 7 years, but I like it. And I'm hoping if Maui's still here, are you still in the chat? Probably not. Um, when he when they get back, hopefully they we schedule another thing. I'd like to do another Ko Chang deal if you're coming back out to Surin, which I'm sure you are. Her family's here, so I'm sure you will. Bomber jacket. Okay. Now, yeah, I think that's what they were. They had that big brown fur. It was odd, and then it folded down and came over each shoulder. They were awesome. I haven't seen them around at all. Probably could find one on eBay or something. I'd like to have one. I never seen too many of them when I had mine. I was pretty much the only one out there running one. Everybody else had leather on leather, and back in the day they had they had Levi cuts. But see, back in the day, you really didn't wear a cut unless you wanted to get in a fight. But you could wear a Levi jacket, you know. But if you took the sleeves off, you were going to have problems back in the day. Yeah, it's kind of like a parka. I don't know. I probably have to go on Google and put in what would you think it is? A bombardier jacket? Is that what Air Force bombardier jacket? Air Force bombardier jacket. Let's see. Images. Some similar, but none with the hood. But it only got bombardier. Let me put Air, Air Force. Air Force. It was kind of like that one's leather, but it was material. It wasn't leather. It was a material jacket. I'm trying to think now. I don't think the hood completely um, zippered off. I don't think. I got some nice jackets in there, but they're expensive. 7,000 baht. And that one's leather. That one says aviator, and that one's sheepskin. Ah, Aaron sent me something. Let me see. What did you go, Aaron? What'd you send it to me on? Oh shit! Something similar to that. It was a material though. That looks similar to Aaron sent me a picture, but this one that where is this one? It it was more like it was more like that green material. Uh, let's see, something like that. But I'll look. I won't bore everybody with what I wore back in the day. But thanks, Aaron. Let's see. Technoware. Check this one. I saw that one too. That was the one that I said was leather. But the deal's folded way over because this thing would come up and zip in the middle and then pull around your face. So when it laid over your shoulders, it was huge. Um, but awesome jacket. I don't even know where I think I got it from the Army Navy store. I think so long ago, man. I'm a little on the old side. But anyway, okay, we still got people here. 14. Wow. How long has it been? An hour and 17 minutes. Let's see. That it still hasn't given me trouble with continue playing. Oh, there it is. All right. Give you guys a. I don't see him here. Let's see. Which isn't a good sign. Oh, no, there's a scooter. Two scooters. So he's here. Now it looks like he's got forms around it. You guys see that? Maybe they're mixing concrete around the bend there. I did get water line put up. There's water line at both sides of the garage now, and you see it right over here. They dug a hole here and put it coming across all the way. Oh, there he is. What are they mixing it up front? Can't see up front. Anyway, that's coming all the way over to the wall. But I got to build. I think I've decided that I'm going to build another cover like that in front of the garage, and that's where I'm going to put my truck. So I got to talk to him about that too, because I'm spending all my money on still improvements here. But that's the way the fence turned out. I think it's awesome. It looks really nice. It's all the way up. You can see it over on the right hand side, going down behind the sugar cane, and then goes all the way up to the front road, which I think I have a picture of all the way there, and then across the front, it'll be half wall and half gate. I want the gate huge because my road is only like about 10 foot wide and I don't want to be cussing. So the concrete will come way out to the middle and the fence will in there give me plenty of room to back the trailer in. It looks like they're mixing the concrete up front. All right, well, cool. It's only a day's worth of work, so they're happy. They're happy to get a little bit of dough. So anyway, leaving Cobus. Hey, you have a good day, man. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. eBay. I'll have to look. I can't look at it on here. I'll have to bring it up on my phone, Brock. Marlboro Man. You know, I had those Australian Outback, uh, the ones that were the real ones, I guess, that are like you put fat on them to keep them weatherproof, but they were good in the rain. Now the flight jacket wasn't the greatest in the rain unless I had a hefty bag over it. You sent it to me. What'd you send it on? Let me see. online or he said hooded flight. Why does it say? It says in order to protect our website, you will need to solve a capture challenge so that we can ensure you are a real user. Click here. Let me see. It's not letting me continue. Line. Yeah, it's online. I don't have line on this. I do have it on this computer, but I have to. Huh. You are using an old version of web browser. Yeah, it's not digging. It's not digging my phone at all. I'll have to look it up. It's online. I'll put it on my computer when I'm done. Yeah. Yeah, it looked like. I mean, it sounded right with what Aaron had here too, because it says U.S. military style nylon CWU-45P hooded flight jacket. Maybe I should just put that into Google. Let's see if that works. Okay, put in CWU-45. CWU-45P. See what it comes up with. It looks like the right material. 45 flight jacket, $139. Trying to remember if there we are, $180. Mine looked more. It had the hood looks right on the ones. They said get your MA-1N3-B 45P company has, but it wasn't that long. Mine was the MA1 flight jacket. Looks like the jacket, but the hood of the N3B snorkel parka was the one that was on it. Let's see if there's more. I guess they're kind of a thing nowadays, right? Looks like everybody. Son of a bitch. Rugged gear. Okay. How did I? Let me try something else here. From 199. Oh, and a summer sale. No, I think you're buying me. But anyway, yeah, it's close. What did you guys do today? Well, we looked for jackets that I wore when I was a kid. But thank you guys for checking it out. I appreciate it. Let me can't see. Let me get it. Okay, block out the light. All right, everyone. Still 13 of you diehards here. You guys are awesome. And I think I'm going to go out and make sure he doesn't screw up something. Jackhammer something out. And see if my wife gets back. Maybe she'll bring me a little bit of food. I guess I'm going to try the. What do you think? Three drops in a glass full of water, Aaron. Try that. I'll try it. I'll try 3 drops now, and see what it's. No, not now. You're absolutely right, brother. It no, like I said, my hoodie, and that got a little too hot when we got to Kochang, but all the way over there, you come out here to Isan, and at certain times of the year, my time of the year, it's 11, 10, 10 degrees, 11 degrees, and it felt good to have one on because I hadn't ridden in my my wife gave it to me when I bought the Forza, and 2 years later, I wore it for the first time. So it's here. Okay, good. All right, I'll start there. I'll try it. I'll let you guys know on. Should I do the live streams on Sundays? A couple extra people got to actually watch it. Jake isn't awake anyway. He'll be watching. He'll be watching college football. Um, Probably so will Logan and Jamie, or they'll watch the kickball stuff, the soccer. But I'll try it again. We'll go Thursday and Sunday, and see. Give yourself a week. Yeah, I'll let you guys know how I feel. And what today? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, in 4 days. I'll see if I see any improvement. Hopefully, um, you come back on and tell us, give us anybody else that's taken it. How long will those little bottles lasted? 5 drops twice a day, you think? Trying to think, because I only got 2. I don't know how. I don't know what that is. Gotta last. Each bottle's got to last a month, right? Or no? Good idea for Sunday. Okay, Daryl. One bottle will last 3 months, really, or 3 bottles. I got to find something to drink it with and shoot it down. And how long does it turn your pee? The one guys that are bitching about the stuff they have is the best stuff, and everything else like this is all fake and not good for you and all that. They're saying that if you put it in and you don't pee neon blue for 12 hours, you only pee neon blue for an hour. It's not the right stuff. So I don't know. Anybody checking their urine? But that's what he said anyway, or something like that. 10 hours. You take his stuff. You're peeing neon blue. But yeah, is that a bottle a month, or one bottle will last 3 months? Mine looks like 3, 4, and 5 drops beer a month, and hardly notice the lever in the bottle going down. Really? Okay. I use it once a day and just started my second bottle. Your pee will not turn until you up the dosage. Okay. I have the pure stuff at work. I shall bring some to Kenny to give to you. Okay, cool. Yeah, I would imagine, like I said, if there was a way to test this for heavy metals, but like I said, I'm going to put it in water. And one of the reasons that I want to put it in water is I want to get a taste for it, what on my palate, what it tastes like. And then one day I'll drop 3 drops of this into water and take a shot. Or um, when I get to 5 drops, I'll take or 4 drops. I'll take 2 drops of the regular stuff, and right behind it, 2 drops of this, and see if I taste any heavy metals in it. I got a pretty good palate, so I would think I would taste some kind of metal in it. So we'll see. Bring to. All right, you want to try it? Uh, Depends on how much you hydrate during the day. The less water you drink, the more blue. Drink a lot of water and less blue. I'd like to drink, because supposedly, it's supposed to help with circulation in my feet. I'm hoping. There's a lot of things that I'm hoping for, and I'm gonna keep on hoping until I get in there now and take the shit and get started on it. Yeah, I will. I will definitely. All right. So I'll let you guys know in 4 days what I think of the first 4 days, and hopefully it's all good, and we'll go from there. I think last time I played the outro, I forgot to shut off the deal, so I think you saw me waving goodbye again, but I'll do it again. All right, everyone. It's been an hour and 30 minutes, so cool. I'll check in if I have anything good to say in a couple of days. If it helps me immediately, I'll jump on and do quick live streams here and there. Yep. Have a good one, Kenny. Everyone, take it easy. Did you buy that, or go check out that mower or that tractor? I know you were thinking about it. Not the one that I sent you, a different one you had looked at or something. And then I'm looking forward, everybody, go and look at, make sure you watch Kenny's videos anyway, but tomorrow he's going to tell us what his electric bill was like, which I'm interested. I know what it's going to be like, but I want to see if he has a smile on his face. All right, I know I do, and I'm just thinking about it. All right, I'm going to come over here and pull out my little deals here. Oh, what did I do? Come on. And I'm going to play my outro and still trading. I couldn't find that. Whoever said, I think it was someone in Chucksteel that said they were running a special on StreamYard for $18 a month. You pay for the year. And I had $35. I couldn't find it anywhere. But anyway, so I'll play this. All right, everyone. Have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, and I will catch you on the next one.